Welcome back to the next build video for the Cylon Battlestar. What I'm going to do today is go over the paints I used to actually get the model going, to make it look as screen accurate as possible. Show you what I did, which you can do, or you can do your own method. It's very difficult to tell the color of this model or the actual CG model on the screen. You have different screens, different color settings on phones or on PC screens, so it's not very easy. So I tried to go the easy way for myself, and I used cans for most of the work. These Tamiya spray cans, and they've worked very well. So it's a very fine pigmented paint. So after you paint your grey undercoat, which you need to do for all your models, it just helps paint to stick better. I painted all the deeper areas with a black color. I used NATO black. You can use a normal black color as well. You don't have to use NATO. This is what I had available. I then gave a undercoat of blue. You do not have to use a specific blue, but CS15 looked pretty good. You see, if you look at the screen grabs that you get on the box folder, there is like a purplish bluish tinge underneath the color. I then gave a light spray or a mist of dark ghost grey, which is AS25, and then once that was done, I darkened up the color using PS31, which is a smoke color which is used to darken windows, and then thereafter I sealed it all with a semi-gloss clear TS79. Okay, and then let me move these out of the way so I can show you guys what it looks like. And while I'm getting the model, just pardon the noise, I'm busy printing model parts, so it's a bit noisy in the background. Okay, so this is how it came out with those colors. What I did with the black was I used a panel, it's actually made for paneling, to flow between. It's very thin paints just to define the areas. And then when it was dry, I used this Vallejo game wash on a paintbrush. So I went the easy way and I hand painted it. It might look a bit crappy, it doesn't look perfect. I'll come back at a later stage and then mask it off and paint it. So by all means, mask it off if you've got time, and then just use an airbrush and paint these areas black. Okay, as for the top side or bottom side, depends which one you're looking at. This is the effect that I got. By scribing these lines, like I mentioned before, deeper with your scribing tool, will make it easier for you to actually mark them out more detailed. Okay, you do not have to do it and just use a wash over the whole model, but I wanted to get more definition on them. What I did then was I used this, it's actually a Gundam marker, real touch marker. It's actually used for these robots for their paneling. You get a set of a whole bunch of colors, including black and this browny color. I thought the black was too dark, so just use a thin line. It takes time, but then just go over each of these intricate markings. And then what I did thereafter was I used the same paneling paint, and all these little triangular sections along the edge, I marked them or use the paneling paints to do them, and this is the result. It looks pretty good. There's like a purplish tinge as well. If you look at the screen grabs, it's like a pattern. I might do that at a later stage as well. It is possible to do this over the top, and then maybe use this light sandpaper to sand it down. Honestly, I'm just scared of stuff up what I've done. But yeah, so that's how it looks to my point of completion. Okay, so the next video isn't going to be a building video. I'm just going to do a turntable of the kit. Okay, just out of interest sake, this doesn't rotate. You lift this piece up and then turn it to the other configuration, and then there's place in this here to fit a lithium-ion battery. Should be able to fit inside here, or a battery pack if you want to not run off mains. Okay, and then I've closed the bottom bottom holes, bottom and top. If you're going to run cable, don't glue the bottom one on. It's got a little hole in it where you can actually run your cable through. Okay, so the build document will have more detailed information on and photos of the paints that I used. But it was pretty easy using a spray can. Setting up the airbrush, I just wasn't in the mood. I went the lazy way, but it came out quite nice. Okay, so if you have any questions on this model or the build, please just send me email on WhatsApp, or there's a WhatsApp link, or on Facebook or email. Hey guys, thanks, cheers.